Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Mechanics Simulator 2021. Now, I made an initial video on this, but today I decided that I would go into things a little bit deeper, play around in the sandbox, and try to make a car good again from the junkyard. I've already got it, so let me show you what I did. Welcome to Auto Repair Garage, or as I'm now calling it, Autoflux Repair, because it just fits better. But today I've got something special. It's a broken Tiburon that I found in the junkyard in this game. Again, this is sandbox, so I have unlimited money. I can go wherever I want to go, and it just so happens that I went to the junkyard and I found a broken Tiburon that I bought all of, and I plan on working on it today just because I think it'd be fun. So this is one of the non-licensed cars in the game, of which there are, I think, 70 something of them, but there are licensed cars in the game as well. So let me show you one of those. Car Mechanics Simulator 2018 has a ton of DLCs for different manufacturers. This game just came out a couple weeks ago. Actually, it might have been less than a couple weeks ago. So there are... Well, there's only 2 DLCs so far. They were out before the game was out, and I rightfully, I think, criticized the game for that initially. But guess what? I have them, and sitting right here is a Nissan 370Z. And yes, this is a legitimate 370Z, officially licensed by Nissan, and it's sitting right here in my garage. I bought it at an auction, and I haven't tried it, but yeah, it's here. The funniest part about having the 370Z in the game is that the 350Z is also in the game, but not officially. Here's what 350Z from the junkyard as well. Actually, I think I might have got this one from an auction. It is, well, it's totally destroyed, but yeah, I think you get the gist of it. It's a knockoff 350Z, and then we have a real 370Z. Just very strange, but I guess that's how it goes. Anyway, back on track. The focus of this video is going to be restoring this Tiburon to the best that I can, because I think at this point that it makes the most sense. Oh, you're seeing something over there. Don't look yet. But it's really funny when we look at this car's status. Its factory color is blue, and my Tiburon is also blue, but this one is in very, very poor condition. And yes, I found it at the junkyard right here. So I was also at the auction, just messing around in this game, and I found another Tiburon, this one in much better condition, and I'm not sure what we're going to do with this one yet, but my goal, I think, is to restore that one to factory, and then maybe we'll take this one and add some performance bits, because I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, let's get this car into the garage, and we'll leave this one out here for now. Swap that 370Z outside. Let's go. Actually, before we do that, I'm taking the car to the car wash, because obviously we have a car wash, and I would like to wash this car. Maybe that'll make it look a little bit nicer. I guess we can see a bit more of the paint. Well, the dust is gone, I guess, but the rust is definitely here. This is going to take a full disassembly. However, that front bumper is looking pretty mint. Okay, I think the game plan for this is going to be relatively simple. Let's make sure to replace everything that needs to be replaced, keep it as nice as I can get it, but I don't know. Can we repair any of these parts? That's one thing I'm totally unsure about. Alright, disassembly has begun. Let's remove all of the body panels and stuff. There's basically nothing in the interior, which is fine. We have one right headlight, front bumper. We don't need this cooling. Let's get rid of it. And the engine is probably going to need some work as well. There seems to be quite a bit of it missing. Alright, I figured while I'm in here, I think what we're going to do is just a complete restoration. The car is going to go back to factory as much as I can get it. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm going to take off literally every piece, and we'll see if I can fix it or maybe just get a new one. I mean, I have unlimited money. This is sandbox after all, so yeah, we'll just work with it. Not that many stuck bolts considering this car came out of the scrapyard. Surprisingly so. Okay, the entire bottom suspension is out. Everything in that sense is done. We still need to hoist out the engine, and I don't know if there's an easy way to do that. I remember watching a fail race video a long time ago, and I believe, yes, we can take out the engine with an engine crane. So I gotta make sure to do that properly so we can disassemble it. This is gonna be a full-on deal, so we want to make sure to do it right. Time to get the front. Alright, so I've stripped the car down completely. The engine is out of it, and Yeah, it's looking like something. There's a welder here, and I'm unsure if this is how this works, but I'd like to attempt to repair the car to the best of my abilities. So yeah, I think this is how you do it. 500 bucks, and she's looking mint, actually. That's a full-on repair job there, nice and easy. So I figured out that in this room we have a bunch of tables where we can repair things. The engine is also on the stand here, and also something that's cool about this game I just realized that I didn't know before, and it's going to be handy not on this car but on our second Tiburon, is we have engine swap options. So if we're in the engine tab here, we can see apparently this thing makes 270 horsepower, which is not true in the slightest to the real car. I can tell you it makes 140, but anyway, we have different engine swaps we can use, either turboed versions of an inline 3 and an inline 4, or just a regular inline 4, which is what we have in this car, I believe. Something I'm a bit confused about, like the car has basically nothing on it. The frame is now 100%, but the interior is only 8%, and that shouldn't be the case because it shouldn't have any interior. So I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, I figured it out. We need to detail the interior, and I would assume that that should fix it. I hope it fixes it. Hey, it's looking fixed. Car status, 100% on the interior. Perfect. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Swap it back over, let's get started on this rebuild. So being a late game person at this point, although not necessarily in the way that you may think, what the heck, we have a warehouse? But anyway, we have the ability to fix things, and we also have hopefully the ability to buy everything I need for this. As you can see, in the sandbox mode you have every skill, so no need to worry about this stuff. So I'm going to pull off the rest of the engine parts, because we may as well just rip this whole thing apart and hopefully get it fixed. This thing's dual overhead cam, so we should grab another cam off there. Except it's probably stuck on by a gear. Yes, it is. Okay, so the engine actually had all 4 pistons, which is surprising. So I'm definitely cool with that. And the engine block is gone. That's all we need out of there. We'll have to come back and reassemble it. But let's go ahead and fix the body panels. We have a 61% chance. Oh, what? It's a mini game. Come on now. I'm gonna lathe up the brakes, I guess. We'll hopefully be able to use these. Used parts on the brakes, not usually a good idea, but in this case, I'm saving money on a game where I have unlimited. Okay, I've just realized that repairing stuff is actually a massive pain in the butt, even with full skill, because you have to do it 3 times for these parts. And I guess that makes sense to balance out the economy a little bit in the game, because you'd be able to make a lot more money if you're fixing stuff using this minigame. But at the same time, I was just doing this because I figured it would save me some time scouring the shop for parts, but ah man, whatever, I'm doing it. Alright, last one is the engine block. Is this thing gonna be numbers matching or what? Okay, that's looking good. One more. Hey, so I missed a few, but I got most of them. And let's take the brake piece off the lathe, throw another one on there, because apparently this takes a long time. Okay, I guess we're going to the catalog next. Okay, this is a really sweet feature that I just noticed. I can make my own engine. I don't have to find it before swapping it into something. So if I wanted that i3 and I wanted to make a turbo, I could just grab one here, or whatever. I mean, the V8s, everything's in here. Oh yes, and the VR38DETT. Throw the GTR engine in everything. Okay, so I went ahead and bought every single body piece that we should need for this car, including duplicates, because of course, just in case, you never know. So it's time to assemble, at least the body. I'd like to get it in first, just for, well, looking at it purposes. I want to make sure that it's looking right, and thankfully, I should have every part that I need, at least a reasonably conditioned one. And the front bumper, this is the correct one. Gotta make sure to use the right pieces here. Okay, our hood is going to be black because it's a brand new piece, and you'll be able to tell which ones are new and which ones aren't quite easily, I think, and which ones I was able to repair and which ones I was not, because, I mean, some things are just not repairable. Nice and easy, the car's coming together. Okay, I wasn't able to fix the taillights. And we're going to have a black trunk, I guess, without the wing, which is unfortunate. But we'll get one of those back, I think. We definitely need to. Hey, look at that. It actually looks like a complete car now. That makes me happy. Okay, yeah, interior, I guess. I don't know. Easy stuff first. Easy stuff. So from the looks of things, I kind of just get to choose whatever interior I want. I just picked out a random steering wheel and it just happened to work, so I'm going to grab some stuff that looks semi-realistic as to what this car actually has. So no, we're not going full-on bucket seats or anything. Hopefully something just a little bit more realistic, perhaps, if that exists in here. Time to assemble the interior. So the car actually has its own back seat, and I put one of those in. And I got some of these sort of basic looking seats for the front, just because I feel like they kind of fit with the theme of trying to make it look stock. And I think that's the interior entirely finished, which is nice. Body says 90%. So maybe it's the license plate that's missing. I guess we could probably use one of those to be legit. Oh, we have no exhaust. Goodness, the car never came with any. I should probably take care of that too. I didn't even think about it. Okay, so here's the game plan. It's really difficult to buy every part that you need for a car like this because there are obviously many. So I've been just going ahead and getting all the pieces that I can, trying to install them, trying to get things done, although I haven't actually installed anything yet. So I'm just balancing up some wheels because I just bought a whole bunch of new stuff, and I'm hoping that we have enough to actually get started because, yeah, it seems like this is a long road ahead of me now to get this car assembled and back together, even in stock form. Yeah, there are a lot of parts in this game. That's a good thing. But it also means it takes a lot longer to do things than I anticipated. This being my first car mechanic simulator game, I probably should have known. Apparently it takes a while to put a car together, who would have thought? So I've got a brake on, and as you can probably tell, I'm missing a lot of pieces, but one of the things that you just have to buy a million of apparently are small rubber bushings, and probably need some shocks, and everything else as well, I assume. I don't remember if that cross member is good or not. Oh, you know what? I don't think we even had a fuel tank. There's just a lot of stuff missing from this car, and now it has a floating brake. Slowly, my plan is coming together. Do I have a spring? No! Oh man, I must... Yes, I have an end link. One good end link is all I need. Well, for this side at least. Yeah, buying a million rubber bushings was an excellent idea because now I'm not running off to go and find all those. But that's basically one side of the car semi-done, I guess? I don't know why, but I really like the feeling of just clearing stuff out of my inventory, which, by the way, is basically full, because every time I mess up and grab the wrong part, I just don't bother selling it, I just run and get more. So I have a lot of pieces at this point. That being said, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'll just sell out the junk and we can have all the good stuff for further builds, such as, but not limited to, the upcoming other Tiburon, because, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna make an army out of them at some point. It had to be this game, didn't it? Okay, I think that's the rear suspension entirely finished. After all this time, something is at least done. Still gotta do exhaust, fuel tank, gotta definitely get that sorted. And then the entire engine. And the front as well, man. Alright, so I have the car basically, well, kinda done. Most of the pieces that we need for the underside are done, but there is one thing that I kind of figured out that I didn't know before. There are performance body parts for these cars, and yeah, they're kind of interesting. So let's just quickly assemble, because I've got a trunk with a lid on it, trunk B, one that has a spoiler, which more matches my car, although not exactly. And yeah, we probably also need to swap the lights as well, but we can do that another time. It's nearly time to get to the engine, because at this point, she's empty. We got some work to do down here. Oh my goodness, I have to get individual fuses and relays? No way! Oh man, just as I thought I was getting somewhere, I now need to go buy a whole bunch of stuff. That's okay, but... Well, I didn't expect that kind of detail just trying to set up the engine bay. Well, it's time that I put the engine back together, and I'm going to do it in the car, which may be a mistake, but I hope that I have every piece that I need to do it. This is awkward, but oh man, immediately missing parts. I guess that's just part of the deal at this point. Basically, I've gone and just bought literally everything that's in the store, but at the same time I'm still missing things, which is par for the course here. Yeah, this is the proper way to build an engine. You just prop that lad up on the lift and just start going at it. Oh, we actually do have a flywheel, that's shocking. And hopefully we'll have a transmission as well. I have not bought any performance bits at all. It's literally just stuff from the store and things that we repaired. Oh, there goes the gearbox. Making progress. Apparently I have 3 of them though, so I don't know if this is the original or not. Either way, who cares? Most of this car is brand new at this point. Front axle's finally going in, and once those go in, we can finally, hopefully, put the wheels on. Oh man, progress. With all of that stuff on, it's time to get the rest of the engine in, and it's not particularly pleased with me doing it this way, so we'll have to go from the engine bay. It looks like we're missing crankshaft bearing caps, and pistons. We'll have to go from, again, the other side, and the starter as well from the other side, and I'm assuming the entire top of the engine with the car down as well. Pistons going in. I forgot that I have to buy piston rings. That was dumb. Probably important if we want to have any compression at all. Yeah, we don't need compression, do we? Finally, the top of the engine going in. We have a head and camshafts. I think I have those. Oh yes, an intake manifold. Oh, I have one of those too. Not bad. Camshaft cap. Oh, I literally have one of those. Oh man. Do we have an exhaust manifold? We do. Hey, I'll take it. A turbo? Wait a minute, I didn't realize this car had a turbo. What kind of Tiburon is this? Maybe that's why it has 270 horsepower. Goodness. That's surprising. I totally didn't realize this car had a turbo. I am almost tempted to go and check the other one to see if it has a turbo as well. Hold on a minute here. What's this? Another turbo hiding behind the engine in this car? Of course the Tiburons in this game are turbo. What am I talking about? Of course they are. Oh man, and it looks like I messed up on the seats as well, but that's okay. Everything else is looking minty with this one. This is going to be a real work of art once it's done, goodness. If you're wondering where the 370Z went, it's hiding in the car wash over here. I just swapped it with that. We also have a dyno we should probably check out when this is over. Maybe just to see if it makes the same amount of power that it's supposed to, but I don't know why it wouldn't. Like, this game isn't like My Summer Car where I could just mess up something in the internals. Like in My Summer Car you could not torque a bolt down all the way and then just grenade the engine, but this game does not allow it. Like, I don't think it'll even allow me to run without oil or anything, which would be hilarious, but I mean, I could finish an entire customer's car, run it without oil, and then blow my entire budget, I guess, and that would be unfun for most. This really is the kind of game where you just have to take it slow. Like, I'm not exactly rushing, but I am trying to go quickly, and it's a bit painful at times, especially buying stuff. Like, every time I find that I'm missing something, I have to go back to the store, open it up, check the wish list. It's like a constant struggle. Okay, let's put the V6B throttle on here for some reason. Some of the parts don't make much sense. It would be awesome if I could just search this engine and just be able to find things, but not all of them are labeled as such, and things are generic as well. Like, these fuel rail pieces here are specific, and apparently I only bought one. But just to demonstrate the process, I have to leave, go to the tablet, and then go to the right store, open the shopping list, get rid of that, go to the fuel rail, buy a few more because we need 2 more, and then jump back into the car every single time. A heck of a lot easier than real life though, let's be real. Let's be real honest about that. Okay, oh no, I'm missing a tensioner. I bought that and then I forgot to install it. Kind of an important piece, and the timing cover we should probably put on as well, come on now. And the crankshaft pulley, that's kind of important, and this belt, oh, I actually have one, and a roller, oh my goodness. Every single time I'm missing one thing. Okay, that's the entire engine done, I think. Fairly certain I got every single piece. I just want to check the car quickly. Everything is 100%. Parts are 94%. Body is 84%. so obviously I'm missing some things. However, let's fill up the fluids and see what else there is. I don't know what's missing, if anything. Seems like we should have an intake of some kind. This throttle body is just open. Maybe that's something I'm missing, perhaps. And then this here doesn't make any sense either. Probably missing something there. Just having open ends on the turbo doesn't make any sense. But other than that, I don't really see anything. We'll find out though. It'll complain when there's stuff missing, that's for sure. Everything's looking mean and green, which is great. And one thing I just realized is I might not have installed back glass into this panel. Which, yeah, it looks like it's missing something there. Beautiful. Okay, so that's one thing I definitely didn't get. Check the car status, up to 90% on the body, 94% on the parts. So again, still missing something. That plate. Yeah, there's definitely a plate missing. Oh yeah, I decided to get Switzerland plates. No particular reason, I just did. Isn't it? Yeah, now we have Switzerland plates. Registration active. Body 100%, parts 94%, so definitely something missing. Unless fluids count, in which case we'll find out soon. As per usual with me, I'm just going to fill this directly past the full line and then just leave it and laugh because the game does not seem to care. Up, up, and away, I say. Fill everything up and then go away. And for this, I'm definitely going to try to avoid not getting any of the fluids. We should fill up the engine as well to a proper level, but the power steering, as an example, she's going to be full. No question. Oh, we don't have an oil pan. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, so if I just fill the entire... if I just fill the car, we're going to end up being toast. Because it'll just drop out the bottom. See, that's the kind of mistake I would make in real life too. Be sure to catch me on that if I do it on my second channel. So I literally fell for the oldest trick in the book, and I missed clips that are on the air filter. Literally, that was the only thing that's missing, and now the car is 100% everywhere. She done! Yes! Finally finished with the Tiburon build. Well, not really. Let's take in to get some paint. Having never been in the paint booth before, this is a bit of an experience. So, yeah, let's try and figure it out, I guess. Paint car? Oh, okay, it's literally just this. Hey, it kind of looks like my car now, too, which is awesome. It has a turbo, though, which is cheating a little bit, but hey. Yeah, goodness. Guess it's time to ride this thing out into the sunset on the test track and see what happens. Oh yeah, if you're hearing any noise in the background all of a sudden, that's my AC. It is hot all of a sudden today. This is actually the second day of recording because this has taken so long, but anyway. Apparently it's hot outside in the desert. You can see the heat rising. That's just for effect when we're in the shop. Totally incidental. Alright, let's get in the car. So it's pretty cool. I like how you can just hop in the car and then you can start it up. Oh yeah, she works. And then hit up the revs here. And then the blow-off valve goes crazy. It's just boosting like mad. But yeah, let's go ahead and drive the car. And apparently it's missing brake fluid. Come on now. Alright, so we have a couple of choices of places to go. We got the test track, the racetrack. These are just places that we can go to, and then the speed track, I'm assuming some kind of straight line, maybe a drag strip perhaps, but let's go on to the test track, because I think that'll probably work out just fine. I'm going to whip out my controller, see if it'll work for this. So my total time driving in this game is literally like 5 seconds. Okay, so X has changed that, and you know, that doesn't feel too bad, all things considered. I remember people talking about how this game, driving control-wise, feels horrible. At least in the previous entries. It's not terrible, it's janky, that's for sure. Oh man, it feels like it's pulling hard to the right. Is there an alignment shop that I'm supposed to go to, or did I just... I mean, I basically just took this car right out to the track after not much testing. And that is a very small test track. Yikes. And apparently, literally everything is good, which is what it's supposed to be, but anyway. That was anticlimactic, to say the least. Let's get in here and go somewhere else. Alright, here we are at the test track. Actually, this is not the test track, this is the racetrack. Apparently this car is rather quick, a lot quicker than I thought it was. Turbo, 270 horsepower Tiburon, I mean that's not a bad combination. It's not even the V6, although they don't offer a V6 version in this game. Interestingly enough, I don't remember, oh my goodness, the exhaust wiggles when the car does. That is just strange. I don't think that's intentional. I think that's supposed to be exhaust coming out of the car, but anyway. So I think the engine options for this car were inline 4 turbo, and then inline 3. And I don't know if this car had a turbo before, because when we yanked out the engine, it didn't have much on it. It was from the junkyard. But the interesting thing is that I thought this was the base engine, and apparently I built a turbo version. And I'm wondering if there are non-turbo versions of the same engine that we could have put in. But that other Tiburon does have a turbo, so I don't know. I assume that one was more of a GT spec, considering they don't have the V6, they compensate with the turbo. But at the same time, I don't know, this game, it's knockoff cars, so they're not always going to be accurate. But if you take away the turbo, it's not too bad. Like the actual Tiburons have dual rear mufflers just like this. Although, at least on the newer cars like mine, it's not one big piece, it's two smaller ones. Not a big deal there. But the engine itself is a 2-liter inline 4 with dual overhead cam. That's as much as I would ask, and they definitely nailed those things. The car is not bad at all down the straights. Man, oh man. Oh no. Apparently the brakes definitely need some help, but other than that, she's flying. I don't know, I'm kind of scared of what a fast car around this track would be like. It seems like it would be extremely dangerous for my health here. And that first lap was a 2-minute, oh wow, we're off the course, and I don't think that this game has damage, but that was a 2-minute, 2-second run. Let's go back to the garage. So what did I learn today? Yeah, you can make your own cars in Car Mechanic Simulator, and the sandbox is definitely worthwhile. I really like the auctions. Just because we can pick up crap like this. And, I mean, the Nissan DLC isn't bad. We have a 370 hanging out in the car wash. Like, that's cool. But it's awesome to be able to build a car from scratch like this, have it be 100% everywhere, paint it whatever color we want, and just make it nice. And, yeah, that makes me happy. 270 horses, and yeah, see the engine options. This is a turbocharged version, but then there's the BFM version, which I don't exactly know what that means in terms of the value and such. But anyway, that's not a bad thing. Overall, she nice. You know what, before we go, I just want to do something real quick. Let's go to the barn find. I've never been to one of these, and I'm very curious. Alright, barn find, here we go. I know you can find parts and stuff. Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot of parts, but honestly I'm not really interested in the parts, although I think that is a really cool aspect of these, and this being sandbox, I hope this isn't the only one. Ooh, there is a BMW 3 Series hanging out in here, not bad at all, 3 Series Coupe. What's under the hood? Oh, it's got a V8! Oh, hey there, okay. Alright then, I mean, definitely consider that. What else we got in here? Nothing down the middle from the looks of things. I did spy another car over in the corner. There appears to be an old Corvette in here. Nice. Definitely an American car enthusiast. And there's a Mustang as well. Not bad. Alright. Yeah, these are kind of cool. I guess it's a good place to find some classics. There's a V8 in that car too. This one actually looks relatively complete, all things consider. And how much do they... 355,000 Ks on this lad. Somebody was driving it. And he wants $26,000 for it. What the heck? I don't know if we can fight on these prices. The Corvette also has 330,000 Ks. Man, 26 grand for that too. Okay, genuine question about this game. If you swap the engine, does that change the odometer? And what are we looking at for the BMW? 16K, that's a little bit more realistic in my mind. Weirdly though, it has a 310 horsepower V8. It's probably worth more than the car. Anyway, we have no budget constraints, so let's buy a BMW, throw it into the garage, and be on our way. So yeah, thank you for watching everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed. There is a lot left to do in this game. There are tons of cars, probably tons of DLC coming up, and I think the developers are probably on board to keep sending it my way, so I'll keep doing these videos, but that's gonna be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, comment below what you think of these Tiburons and these other things that we're dealing with, engine swaps and such. V8 BMWs for whatever reason, not cross. You jealous yet? But yeah, we got some building to do if you're interested. I'll see you guys again on the next one. Hey, don't run away yet, because I've got some important news for you. There are people who support this channel, and they are the advanced and normal supporters. Supporters and advanced supporters is what I meant to say, but I can't speak. It's been like a 3-hour recording here. I'm dying slowly, but anyway. We have Overlord, QT Bear, Terry Williams, JFO Palms, J.A. Pope, Davis Hester, The German Dude, Mickey K1, Sleep64, Childish Sin, Buckle, Jug, Antisocial, Jared, and that's it for the advanced. Thank you guys for your support. It's awesome to have to be able to scroll on this list. All 21 of you guys are great, so I appreciate it. And yeah, if you want to join them, be sure to hit the join button, and you can join these lads on this chart here and be next to the Bugo in the high halls of Valhalla, and also join me at Yugoslavia in space. I'll see you again next time.